Hi guys, in today's video I want to show you how to make vegan butter chicken. Butter chicken is probably one of my favorite dishes of all time, so the fact that I can still enjoy it with the same sort of sauce and spices and flavors. But of course we have to swap out the chicken with, I'm using tofu in this recipe. And honestly, it is extremely satisfying. It has that chew. It is probably one of my absolute favorites because it's just really hearty. I can't decide if it's my favorite Indian dish, if butter chicken is, or if the vegan butter chicken is, or if dal is. Because when you become plant-based, when you start eating plant-based, there are definitely a lot of staple recipes that you miss because you've literally spent decades of your life eating them and enjoying them. So I think it's really important to make these recipes plant-based so that there is a recipe that you really miss. Why not just veganize it, modify it and make it plant-based? Okay, it's not going to be 100% the same, but the stew, the flavors, the sauce is definitely going to be the same. It's going to be very satisfying. It's just that the chicken is going to be substituted with tofu. For me personally, is very satisfying and hits the spot, so to speak. So for anybody who's watching this video and is thinking, why are you making a butter chicken vegan? That's why, because I think it's important to continue to enjoy the food, just, modify it. It's okay. Like, we can still enjoy all the things that we enjoy and you're still replacing it with a high source of protein. So that's always a bonus. Let's get started. Okay, so let's first start with our tofu. So I've got about 800 grams of tofu with me. I'm using extra firm tofu and I'm using this little thing right here to press my tofu. Woo! Okay. And why do I press my tofu? I'm using extra firm tofu so it holds better and also releases some of the liquid, and so that it holds nicely later when it's cooked, doesn't kind of crumble. So I've got here some of the tofu. I'm gonna cut it into cubes. Do you like my new stainless steel cutting board? I'm very proud of it. I bought some solid wood cutting board, but it's not as easy to find. It's very heavy, but I love it as well. So I've used that and I use this. So basically the healthier cutting boards to use are like stainless steel or solid wood without adhesive. So there's no glue used in there. It's not as easy to find the solid wood and it's quite pricey and it's quite heavy, but I still love it. Some of my tofu cubes. These are actually 2 blocks that I bought. I've placed them one above the other, but anyway, it works out perfectly because I need to chop them anyway. So I'm chopping my tofu into cubes. I don't know why this is super soft. It should have been extra firm. You can see here, this is the firm tofu and it's pressed and it's holding completely. But the other brand I just bought is also firm, but it's a different brand, but I don't know why it's falling apart. This should be more like a soft tofu and that's used for something else, not for what we're trying to do here. But I've already cut them and I already have them, so I'm just gonna use it. Now we're gonna add the tofu marination. Let it marinate for like 20 minutes or even up to like overnight, which is even better. I'm gonna add some oil, tandoori paste. That just is smells so amazing, amazing. The yogurt. Also, I'm gonna add some salt and pepper. Add some salt, okay. Gently toss it. Give it a nice toss. What I would do next time is I would add the tandoori paste, yogurt, the olive oil, mix it, and then add the tofu, and then give it a toss, give it a shake, and let it marinate. Now that we have marinated the tofu and set it aside, we're gonna actually dry roast our whole spices so that it can release its oils and enhance the flavor and taste. Whole cumin, whole coriander, cinnamon stick, and also cardamom. I want to use black cardamom, but I didn't have any, so we're using this. So now we're going to transfer the dry roasted spices, whole spices, into the spice grinder. Look, this is obviously an extra step and there's different steps to this recipe. You could possibly skip this. You can use powder form instead of whole seeds. You can skip roasting them. You can just use the powder form and just add it into the sauce later. But I mean, if you have the time and the patience, definitely don't skip this step because it really does enhance the flavors and just really add so much more depth to the dish. So Look at that. Can't explain to you how amazing it smells. And now we're gonna make the onion paste. We're gonna use quartered onion. We're gonna use a chili, green chili. You can use one or two. I'm actually using one. I deseeded it, but you do you. You see how much you can handle. We're gonna add a bit of ginger, garlic, and also coriander. We're gonna blend it. Let's add our onion. You can keep the seeds. You can remove a bit of ginger, garlic, coriander. I'm gonna use it with the stems. We're bringing back our tofu. I've preheated the oven on grill, and I am gonna transfer the tofu on a tray lined with baking paper. You can also use a stovetop if you really want to. You know, I'm just gonna do it that way, and I'm gonna try to gently move it without it kind of falling apart. I can't tell you how good it all smells. Really, it just smells amazing, amazing. And let's grill this in the oven. Now we're gonna heat some olive oil in a pot. We're gonna add the onion paste inside. The liquid has evaporated. I'm gonna add a bit of water and allow it to cook again. Some more until all the liquid evaporates once again. One more time. Now I'm gonna add a can of whole tomatoes. Add vegetable stock paste, but you can use vegetable stock cube. Our cashew, which has been soaking for some time to become soft. So we're gonna add that in, and I'm gonna add it right here. Okay, so that's been cooking for about 10 minutes. We're gonna now add our spices. So the spice blend, I didn't take it out from here. Garam masala. Now we're gonna let it cook for another 10 minutes. Okay, now I'm gonna transfer the beautiful mixture into a heat-proof blender. If you don't have one, you can just wait for it to cool down a little and then blend it. The sauce is going back in to the pot. I add the water back in a blender just to get all those juices out. We're gonna check the thickness of our sauce, and we're gonna add the cooking cream gently and then adjust the thickness. We've got our sauce. We're gonna add our tofu into the butter chicken. We've got our butter chicken. There we go. If you like this video, then make sure to keep the energy flowing by subscribing. I really hope to see you in the next video. Bye.